I'm very serious, Vanessa. I don't know why this should come as such a surprise. I warned you after we first talked about using Laurie as an intermediary whenever you wanted to talk to me that it wasn't a good idea. And this is the third time you've used our little code this morning. Hope's already making remarks about Laurie being as bad as Diane. Well, of course I don't want her to find out what we've been up to, or I'm really going to be in trouble. And it's not going to be so easy to talk my way out of it. Now, what is it this time, Vanessa?
Well, I'm waiting.
Morgan, I've already told you why I can't go on with these sessions.
And I've already told you that I don't believe you.
Well, then that is your problem because I told you the truth.
Then why can't you even look at me?
Look, you know, I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this.
You don't? I want to get into my senior year without starting off the year flunking.
Yeah, and I have to worry about my grades in med school, too, okay?
You won't have to worry about it. Two hours out of a day for the next couple of weeks. I mean, that won't make you flunk out. I mean, Kelly, I'm depending on you.
Look, Tim can help you out. He's good in both those subjects.
Not as good as you are, and you know that. That's why he asked you in the first place.
Listen, I have told you that I cannot go on with these sessions, and I have told you why. Now, if you want to get defensive about it and take it personally, then please be my guest, because nothing I can say is going to change your mind.
The truth would.
You know, I drove all the way over here to explain this to you personally instead of sending a message through Tim, which I could have done. And yet still the only person you can think of is yourself without considering anybody else or their problems.
I'm not like that.
Oh, yes, you are. And you're proving it right now. You know, I'm just really glad that I found out in time how wrong I was ever to offer to coach you in the first place.
I don't believe it. The great Kelly Nelson admitting that he was wrong about anything?
Yeah, I've been wrong about a lot of things.
No, not you. Not Mr. Perfect. You're never wrong about anything.
When your office has to find someone, Clarence, they don't waste any time, do they?
Well, if I was in England like Chet Stafford and my father's chances of pulling through were slim, I'd want to be notified as soon as possible, too.
Yes, exactly. And my brother will appreciate this information very much, believe me.
Well, I was going to call Chet Stafford myself and save you or your brother telling him the bad news, but when I called his office in London, his secretary told me he's on vacation somewhere in the Cotswolds and he can't be reached by phone.
And there's no way she can get a hold of him in an emergency?
Only by sending a special courier up to the Cotswold region to hand-deliver a message.
Well, look, is she going to do that for us?
Well, I told her I'd check with you, and you could check with your brother to see how he wanted to handle it, since it's pretty shocking news, you know?
Yeah, of course. Well, look, Clarence, I can't thank you enough for all you've done. And I'll be in touch with Justin, and I'll let you know how he wants to proceed.
Sure. I'll be here all day. Yeah. Oh, listen now, before you hang up, Ross, can you tell me which way you're leaning on my offer to come to work for me?
Well, I'm not leaning at all. I accept. And as soon as Mike gets back from Europe, I'm going to sit down with him and discuss the move.
Good. Now, you won't be sorry, Ross. Even though the title is Assistant District Attorney, you'll have a tremendous amount of responsibility around this place. Of course, you'll have a tremendous amount of pressure, too.
Well, don't worry about that, Clarence. I do my best work under pressure.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This portion...
I don't know where Hope is. I just asked her for a glass of juice.
Well, I don't think she's forgotten you. She probably just went in the kitchen and saw your father and started talking to him. Hey, you know, I think you're a really lucky young man.
Why?
Oh, did you ever think about how many people care about you? Of course, your mother's on the top of the list, but there's Justin, too. He likes you a lot. He loves you. And then we have, let's see, Jackie, and Hope now, and your father.
I guess. But I wish my mom would send a postcard, or even call.
Well, Philip, you know, sometimes just because you don't hear from someone, it doesn't mean they're not thinking about you or caring a lot about you.
Well, it seems that way to me.
Well, it shouldn't.
Maybe not, but it does.
Eve, I've got a message for you from your sister.
Oh, what's up, Ruth?
She said the water's delightful, and she'd like you to come in and join her.
Oh, she won't have to talk me into that. I think I'm going to go. You want to come?
No, thanks. I'm gonna wait here for Hope.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Joy.
Bye-bye.
Well, I saw Hope about 10 minutes ago over by the pool house. I thought she was coming over here to see you.
Well, she was, except I asked her for some juice, and she went in, and I haven't seen her since.
That's odd.
Are you talking about Hope?
Yeah. Philip just told me that he saw her go in the house a few minutes ago.
It's funny. I was on the phone in the kitchen. I didn't see her come in.
Well, maybe she's changing into a bed.
Well, I doubt that. We've got to leave soon.
Well, why don't I go in the house and check?
Well, thanks, Bert. I'd appreciate it. So, you having a good time?
Yeah, it's okay. I wanted you to watch me dive, but you were inside on the phone.
Well, let's wait and see if Bert can find Hope, and then we'll both come and watch you, okay? You know, I'm really going to miss you when you go to the mountains tomorrow. From what I understand your plans, you're going to have a terrific time.
Well, I don't know yet. You see, Justin has a patient on the critical list, and he might not be able to take me.
You mean you're going to have to postpone your trip?
No. Aunt Jack is going to take me if Justin can't. And then Justin's going to come up later.
I saw that Mr. Stafford's being taken out of the ICU today. That must make you pretty happy.
Still going to keep him on an IV and the intra-aortic balloon pump for a while. If he keeps improving, we'll take him off those in a couple of days.
Has anybody been able to get in touch with any of his relatives to let them know what happened?
No, not yet, but I hope they do soon because he's far from out of danger.
Hi, Hillary. Dr. Marler.
Oh, hi, Kelly. Do you take care of that? Thanks.
What happened to you? You look like you've been through a war.
No, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Well, that's kind of funny. I thought you'd be exhausted after all that dancing you and Nola did at Dante's.
Very funny.
Well, kind of humorous. Not as funny as all those swimming lessons.
Oh, come on, Hillary.
Yeah, everybody seems to have forgotten, including Nola, that the first time she was in Ed's pool, she did an Esther Williams routine for us, and now she acts like...
You know, I think you better get that before this gets out of hand.
Good idea. Hello, fourth floor, Miss Bauer speaking.
Good afternoon. I'm trying to locate Dr. Justin Marler. His secretary told me I might find him on the fourth floor.
Yes, I believe he's still on the floor. Just a moment. Could I ask who's calling, please?
Yes, this is Lucille Wexler.
Oh, just a minute. Justin, it's Mrs. Wexler on the phone. Want me to have this transferred to your office?
No, that's all right. I'll take it right here.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to get back to work. See you later.
Yes, Lucille. What can I do for you?
Justin, I'm so glad I reached you. I've been out of town. I just got back last evening. Justin, I was wondering if you might be able to see me today.
Oh, my day's pretty filled up. I'm trying to go away on vacation tomorrow, and I've got a patient who's in extremely serious condition.
Oh, yes. Ross mentioned you had someone in intensive care. He's been on the critical list since he was brought into the hospital?
Well, I'm happy to say he's off the critical list now, but, of course, we still have to watch him closely. Lucille, does this have anything to do with your condition?
No, my heart seems to be fine. But I would appreciate it if you could just give me a routine examination. Anytime this afternoon that would be convenient for you.
Well, it's going to be impossible for me to see you during the normal hours today. I have surgery at 4:30. I'll tell you what, can you come in 7 o'clock this evening?
Certainly. And thank you for making the time.
It's quite all right. Give my best to Ben and Amanda.
I'll tell them. Goodbye, Justin.
Bye. Oh, boy. Hillary, make a note that Mrs. Wexler's coming in at 7 o'clock for an examination.
Sure.
Thank you.
Justin.
Well, Ross, what a coincidence. I just got off the phone with your number 2 client.
Who, Lucille?
None other.
What'd you want?
She's coming in for a routine examination 7 o'clock this evening.
Oh. Well, anyway, I stopped by to tell you that I have Chet Stafford's address in London as well as his phone number.
Oh, great. Let's call him now.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. It's not going to be that simple. It seems he's out of London vacationing in an area called the Cotswolds, and you won't be able to telephone him for another week.
Well, that doesn't do us any good. I mean, his father could either be dead or well on the road to recovery. So much for that idea.
Well, no. I think I have a solution to that.
Good. What is it?
Well, I may be going to London myself on some other business, and I'd be happy to take a side trip to the Cotswolds and find Chet Stafford. That is, if you want me to.
Jennifer, would you call the car service for me, please? Ask them for a car to take me to the hospital for my appointment.
Well, I already have, Mrs. Wexler. They'll be by to pick you up at 6:30, and then they're going to wait for you and bring you back. Was that correct?
Oh, yes, it was perfectly correct. And thank you for being so efficient. It's a blessed relief from the life I was leading here before you came to work.
Well, I heard you make the appointment with Dr. Marler, so I took it upon myself.
Absolutely correctly. Did Amanda call while I was changing?
No, and it's after 4. She must still be in the meeting at Spaulding Enterprises. Though I think she was, Mrs. Spaulding had tried to reach her, seemed very anxious to speak with her, actually.
Oh, that poor girl. She's only been married to Alan Spaulding for just a few months, and already she's realized what a mistake she made. Well, I really don't know why she called. It's wrong for me to assume that was the reason.
Well, she seemed to be crying when I spoke to her. And when I told her where Amanda was, she just hung up.
Jennifer, before I came down, I looked in on the bedrooms. They were lovely. Would you thank the daymaid for me?
Well, actually, I cleaned and straightened them up myself, Mrs. Wexler.
Well, there's no need for you to be doing maid's work.
Well, I wanted to get our things ready because we will be moving into our bungalow tonight.
Oh. Would you remember, please, to write down your telephone number so that I can contact you if I need you?
Actually, the telephone company's not being able to put the phone in for a couple of days, so I will tell you what it is as soon as I get it.
I see. Ross hasn't called, has he?
No.
That's funny. I left several messages for him at the office.
Well, he might be in court and hasn't received them.
Oh, perhaps.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize you were here.
That's all right. Come in, Morgan. Well, you look very different from the young lady I saw this morning. Elegant, looking as though she were on her way to a ball.
Well, I only wear that dress when I'm posing for Ben.
Oh, well, you look very lovely in it.
Thank you.
Jennifer, I'll be in the garden if you need me.
Thank you, Mrs. Wexler. So, how's the studying going?
It's not.
Morgan, I know you're disappointed about Kelly not being able to tutor you, but, you know, he has to think about himself and his own grades, too, you know.
I know that, but I hate myself for begging him to reconsider. It was so childish.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it is to me, because I don't ever want to have to depend on anyone for anything.
Yeah, well, you feel that way now, but when you get older, you realize that we all have to depend on other people at some point.
You don't?
Well, I didn't. Or I tried not to, but, you know, I've learned to depend on people and let them help me. And I rather like it.
You mean Mike Bauer, don't you?
Yes. I've leaned on him a great deal since we came to Springfield, even though I don't know him very well yet. That doesn't bother you, Morgan, does it?
No, I was just thinking that, well, even posing for Ben wasn't quite that much fun after Kelly left.
Well, it's only natural you feel disappointed.
Yeah, but it's more than just that. It's just sort of a strange, empty feeling. I've never really had it before.
You know, I think that feeling is going to disappear very quickly the minute Tim drops by for a visit.